Hello there, my YouTube friends. So what we have here today is another Hot Toys unboxing. This one, Doctor Strange. And what is strange for me is that before seeing this actual movie, the Doctor Strange, I was never really a one for the mystical arts and all that mumbo jumbo hippie, as I call it, type of stuff. You know, I was just never into that at all. Didn't enjoy any of that type of stuff. But I watched this one, and I really found it pretty darn good. You know, I really enjoyed it. The dynamics of it and everything was really good. And when I saw this character come up and I saw a few reviews on it, I thought, you know, it is, I like him, I like that character. He looks absolutely wicked, you know. It's fun, and it was interesting, and it was done in a good way. It didn't make us just, a lot of them just didn't make sense to us at all. This one did. This one I really did enjoy. So anyway, guys, this is what we've got. Box continues on around back to the side and the bottom. Top's pretty much just Doctor Strange. It's one of them weird sort of slip ones again that has the cutout at the bottom here. Still open to get off though. There we go, it's off. We've got it, guys, we've got it. And of course, inside, there's plenty by the looks of that. This is going to be another figure that comes with a lot of stuff. So let's get it out. Let's get him in the light box. Let's have a look what we get. Oh yeah. Wow, guys, I mean, what can I say? There's even more stuff here than what there is in one of the other videos that I've done, which I'm not sure which one you'll have seen first. But by God, there is some amount of accessories here that I can't actually fit them all in and do them justice. So I'm going to sort of split them into little groups. We'll have the waist grabber here to go with the dynamic flight pole. We have, again, I don't like this, and this is a newer thingy, but I still do not like the way they've done this. I prefer the metal ones, you know. Even though I don't particularly use the stands, I do like this part of it. I think that is really good, you know, and it's an Infinity War version of them, so that is damn good, you know. And I tend not to use them, so it's not a big huge deal to me, but it's still nice to get something that looks decent, you know. They have, again, the pegs, and then we've got all sorts of accessories, guys. I mean, really, I don't know where these go. I dare say they'll be in the instructions of like where you're thinking. By the looks of that, I would say that goes like one of his hands possibly go through there, and that's comes out with one of his, let's say it's coming off of one of his hands. Again, all these things I'm going to have to look up and have a look at them. We have this one, but I mean, if you look at the details in them, they're just absolutely amazing, you know. That is like really sort of quality detail to these things. You know, you have two of them, there's one across that side as well. We have this one. I'm not sure how they're attached to them or anything. I'm going to have to really have a look at the instructions and see really what I want to have actually on them, what I want them to use, which way I want to display it. You know, they just look really good. You know, you have this necklace with the eye open, the Infinity Stone out of it. You have this one with the eye closed. Just in case, again, you can pick which one you'd like to have on them. You have these two sets of actual rings that he wears, and then both of those two sets. And of course, I mean, look at the detail on this thing, man. I mean, just, you know, that it's just incredible, guys. You know, the amount of detail that's gone into this. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. I am just like, wow. And then you have, of course, his cape wraps around him. I think that is pretty cool. The way that's meant to go on him properly to make it look the best. But got that thing, and then yeah, it's the main thing, guys. I mean, look at the amount of hands you have in here. And all that little bits to his accessories. That is just phenomenal. I mean, just look at them all. You cannot want for any more. The details on them are just outstanding. You have so many different styles. I mean, just wow. So I really have to sit and sort of look and see which ones I want them to have where and how they go on them, how some of the stuff goes on them to make it look like he's conjuring stuff up and that. I mean, that's just brilliant. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to freaking flip them over. I'm going to lose the bits. No, I don't want to be doing that. So there you go, guys. That's what you're getting accessories wise. I'm now going to sort of get the character out and we'll have a look at the character. So here is Doctor Strange himself. And when you look at the character, which I'm going to pan up and down for you to see him. You see him like this. It's nice, it's highly detailed in a way, but also plain at the same time. There's next to very little colour to him. I mean, I love his boots, with the wrapping around his boots and everything. I think it's all pretty damn good. Like I say, it's really sort of intricate and expressive, but it's just also very, very fucking plain. I would have expected maybe more colours in these things, but obviously, I mean, if it's film accurate, then it's film accurate. But you're just sort of used to seeing so much colour. And when we come up to the head sculpt itself, I've got to say, it's pretty, when you look at it through the camera, it's probably a lot better than what it looks like from the angle I'm looking at it from. When I look at it, it's like sort of from to the side of the camera, once again, for me, when I look at it, it's the beard, it's the chin. It seems to like be too narrow. They always seem to have some sort of a problem when it comes to doing bearded style characters, that I've never really known them get one sort of bang on. It is one of those weird things. I don't know what it is about it. You know who it's supposed to be. It looks like Cumberbatch. And it's a pretty good likeness. But I don't know, there's just something about that sort of chin area that just doesn't quite right. And when I look at it in the camera, it looks pretty damn good. And I don't know whether it's just that angle. We'll take it down to a different sort of angle and see if we can. And you see, still through the camera, looks a lot better than what it does when I'm looking at it. But again, like I say, the camera actually does sort of add a little bit to the character itself. They do add a bit of weight and what have you, because in hand he looks a lot sort of thinner around the chin area. It looks weird. It's very, very drawn in compared to his neck. His neck seems a lot thicker than his actual chin area, which is sort of strange, but I still think he looks great, and I cannot wait to get some of the accessories on. I will have to read the instructions before I'm going to be able to do any of that, I'm afraid, because it's just, I've got no idea. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. One of the first things I'll get on him will obviously be his cape. We'll get that cape on him, and then I'll have a look at the instructions on how I actually fit some of the other accessories on him. But when you look at it, he's pretty damn decent. Articulation wise, he looks down not very far. He doesn't really look up much. You don't really have much in the way of head tilt either, so it's pretty much just the left and right that you're going to get. A little bit of up and down, but not a great deal. Outwards, you're getting the proper 90 degrees, which is decent. It's what you want from a character. You do have a bicep swivel, and you do have the butterfly joint in there, which you can see from that angle, but probably see it more from there. So you can see the butterfly joint, it moves backwards and forwards to give some motion there. And you can see it, you've got a bicep swivel in there as well. Forward motion on this one, a lot better than some of the characters I've got. You know, you're talking about 90 degrees again, so it's a lot better than a few of the characters I've had recently of Hot Toys, which has been a little bit of a nightmare to get. Backward motion, again, I mean, look at that, man, you're getting perfect amount of backward motion. You know, not that you would ever have them going that far back hour, but you do have it if you need it. Elbow joint, let's have a look at this elbow joint. Bang on, look at that, man. Double bend, can't ask for any more than that. Yeah, and you can actually feel it, that it is a thing, because right here I've got my hand on where things, so luckily it's hidden, because that joint would look terrible if you didn't have it hidden. You know, it would be a terrible joint to see, but when it's hidden like that, it makes perfect for them actually being able to get the full articulation that you really want. Wrist wise, again, the peg's always the same. You've just got to find the position of the peg to be able to find which way you want to take it. And I mean, if you look at that straight away, that hand, you know, it's just beautifully detailed. You know what we've got, we haven't really got any articulation at the waist, but then again, I mean, you've got this big thick band across here, so you're not really going to get much in the way of the waist. Legs wise, you know, you're talking about almost full splits, because the material is quite nicely covering it all. By the looks of that, there may be a little bit of wiring in there to make them pleated things a bit better to maneuver around, which will be good for the forward lift. So let's see what we've got on the forward motion of it, and let's get this over so you can see. So that's almost sort of 90 degree forward, which is pretty damn good. Again, we're not even going to bother trying to go back with it, because we know for a fact all Hot Toys seem to be the same on that bottom end of the backside, stops it from going down. So knee joint wise, you can see that is a double bend in the knee joint, so that's good. You know, again, that would be unsightly if they didn't have the clothing on there, but they have, so it doesn't freaking matter, does it? The boots wise, that boot looks like it's a whole boot, so you really, at the end of the day, you're going to get no articulation. Yeah, bar the twisting around that way. You're not going to get any side flexion, which is always a shame. You really could do with some for some of these characters, and you're not going to get any forward or back flexion, which is again a shame. But there you go, and that's what you've got on articulation wise. And like I said to you guys, you know, when it comes to these characters, if I can get them to stand on his bloody own, when you look at the intricate details that they've put into these things, I mean, just look at that for the belt and his arms, you know, that's just beautiful, beautiful intricate details. I would have preferred it if there'd been a bit of colour to it, but if it's film accurate, then at the end of the day it's film accurate, and that's what counts in a lot of ways, you know. You can see the back end of the character. Again, there's nothing much to him, just nice details. Yeah, so there you go. Let's get a couple of things on him and see what he looks like that. Yeah, because right now he looks pretty bare and he needs some gear on him. So let's have a look at him with a bit of stuff on. And there you go, guys. So the actual round parts, in case you haven't actually got this figured out or thinking about getting it yourself, on the back here you can see this raised parts up, and what you've got is little placements inside of here for some of his fingers to go to, just to try and sort of get them to hook on, just so it's basically sitting on rather than anything else. It's not, they're not totally perfect at keeping them in place, but they are just to sort of hook a couple of his fingers into, if you can, just to get it to sort of stay in position. And that's how we do that one. And it's the same with the square one. It has, again, sort of finger parts here that you can just try and hook his fingers onto, just to try and keep it in place. So that's pretty good. the sword one, obviously, you just have a sword holding hand if you wanted to have him holding his sword. You know, you just put to speak when you just learn English. So what you will have is a sword holding hand. Yeah, that's a tongue twister and a half, isn't it? A sword holding hand. I think you managed to get it out eventually. For that one, that's how I've got him at the minute. You know, I am looking at the idea of having him sort of free floating, because I do have a couple that I have in the man cave which I've yet to make a video of, and I did sort of say to one of the guys that had asked us on one of my videos that I would make one, and honest to goodness mate, I will get to it. I promise you I will get to it. I've just been very, very busy lately, but I do have a couple of them actually on dynamic flight stands, not in a detolf. They're actually hanging from my ceiling. So I'm looking at the idea, I'm toying with the idea of having the same with this guy, you know, because I think he could really benefit from another one of those ones that can hang from the ceiling like he's floating in midair doing his conjuring. So I'm sort of looking into that and seeing where I would put him and how I'll fix him up. But there you go, guys. So what do you think of this one, guys? Do you like it? I like it. I think he's a damn good figure, and I really am pleased to have this one in me collection now. You know, I've been after him for a good while. I've got a couple more that I'm after, and I've got a couple more here left to review, which I will get around to as soon as I possibly can. But right now it's starting to get a lot darker in here, so I'm gonna have to knock it on the head. Plus my dog's sort of been loud as long enough now, so I'm gonna sort of spend a bit of time with my dog. So anyway, guys, if you like, then please put a like. If you didn't, then put a dislike. Comment, and I will comment back. If not, guys, well then, I'm hoping I'll catch some of yous in the next one. This is the Bearded Nerdy Oaf, and I am out of here.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,
Okay.